Jurgen is going nowhere right now, at least that is what supporters will hope. The German has been at the helm for more than 7 years at Anfield, and despite encountering a turbulent period this term, he's still regarded as a messiah on Merseyside. The Reds' boss will never be sacked he will leave on his own terms, just as he did at Borussia Dortmund and Mainz 05, which perhaps captures his special qualities as a coach. Nevertheless, he will leave eventually, and Charlie Nicholas believes that Ange Postecoglou is a contender to replace him. The ex-Arsenal player turned Sky Sports pundit addressed the topic in his column for describing the Greek-born coach as ideal for the role in the future. "I hate to say this, but Ange Postecoglou would be an ideal fit for," he wrote, transfer news as Reds speak to $64 million midfielder and Josko Gvardiol plan could add up has delicate Joel Matip decision as Jurgen can revisit $22 million transfer interest. "I know the fans don't want to go, but what if he decides he's had enough? I'd be shocked if the German left before the end of the season, but there could change in the summer or if the club is bought over." The initial reaction to his suggestion wasn't generally positive on Merseyside, with many supporters naturally arguing that should be aiming for higher in the managerial world. Having recently competed in a Champions League final while reaching another 2 domestic finals and losing out on the title by a single point to Manchester City, the Reds have been competing at the very pinnacle of the sport in recent times. Luis Diaz and have both joined for hefty fees in the past 12 months, with deemed as S next top transfer target ahead of a possible move at the end of the current campaign. Expects to be at the summit, and as a result, many would be inclined to think S eventual replacement should be accustomed to such prestige, originating from the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich or one of the other select few elite institutions on the continent. Those beliefs could be justified and could indeed replace with a seasoned and experienced figure who is known for delivering on the highest level. But on the other hand, could seek out who they believe to be the next big thing, or someone who is perhaps underappreciated, as it tends to do with players in the transfer market. Postecoglou has been in charge of Celtic since the summer of 2021, having been appointed from an obscure location after the Scottish giant poached him from the Japanese J-League. It was a risky appointment at the time, to say the least, but it has since paid real dividends. The Hoops won the double in his first campaign in charge, proving to be notably better than arch-rivals Rangers in both attack and defense with a significantly better goal difference. This term, Celtic is leading the way once more, having scored 78 times while conceding just 13 goals in their 25 games. Rangers, for context, has scored 58 times and shipped 23 goals. On top of Postecoglou's ability to deliver results, his team's performances have perhaps been even more impressive, with Celtic upholding an offensive playing style that incorporates fluidity in possession, intensity and pressing high up the field, with no team in the Scottish top flight scoring more goals from high turnovers so far this season. Postecoglou has proved to be a likable and charismatic character in Glasgow, with his current situation at Celtic being vaguely comparable to it, as the pair are beloved by their respective fanbases for similar reasons. The obvious caveat regarding the 57-year-old is his experience, having managed in Scotland, Japan and Australia without overseeing the personalities of elite players on the highest level. Postecoglou could technically dominate Scotland between now and 2026, when S contract is due to expire, and it would still be difficult to determine just how good he is as an individual, simply because of Celtic's superior strength in comparison to the rest of the division with the exception of Rangers. Overall, although the future appointment does seem highly unlikely, it isn't one that should be entirely ruled out by. The Greek Australian is the Scottish Premiership's version of at the moment, but whether that means he'll end up at Anfield remains to be seen. An original version of this article was first published on 30 September 2022. Luis Diaz gives injury update and sends 8-word message including hoped return date. Jurgen faces major decision for Everton after Virgil van Dijk injury update.